Oh, hello my babies. Today we're going to talk about an artist named Sophie Calle. That's right, today we're going to talk about a new artist. Her name is Sophie Calle. I'm hoping that's how you pronounce the last name, Calle, C-A-L-L-E. Maybe it's Cal, Lee, Kale, but it's French, so I'm going to say Calle. Now, for this video, I'm like a week late posting it because I wanted to film something for it. Right now, I'm pretty hungover from wine night with the boys. Wine night. So I'm just trying to get this video done and get it over with. You know, you gotta fight through. And if you don't necessarily want to do something now, well, you might as well do it now, so you don't have to do it later. So this is me getting this. Sounds bad to say get it over with, but this is me doing this video on Sophie Calle. So this is another draw. That was a weird one, like our buddy Yves Klein last time. So her name, as I said, Sophie Calle. She was born in 1953, I believe. Let me check my facts. 1953 indeed. And she's a conceptual artist, a installment artist. She uses text, photography, voyeurism, and unlawful invasions of people's privacy are her big mediums. And so I guess the only way to really drive home the fact that someone's pretty unique and weird is evidence-based. So here are a few pieces of evidence. One installation called the address book. Sophie found an address book on the ground, and instead of calling around to find out who it belonged to so she'd return it, she called every single number in the address book and then asked questions about who it belonged to and kind of interrogated the people to get details, and then she did this write-up of who she perceives the owner to be just from what other people were saying about him. And that's the installment. Eventually the guy found out and he was like, hey, can I have my fucking address book back? Two would be a piece called The Sleepers, where she had, I think it was 36 people come in and take 8-hour shifts sleeping in her bed, where she would photograph them and then interrogate them, asking them like a bunch of crazy questions. So that's a piece. The next one's called The Shadow. This was Sophie had her mom hire a private investigator to follow Sophie around. And the private investigator didn't know that when she was looking in to Sophie and stalking or following her around, that Sophie knew. I don't actually think there's like a photograph or even like a piece with this. This is just like a demonstration, perhaps. Another piece that's French, so again, I may butcher, is Sweet Venetian. Venetian. She met this guy in Paris in a club, I believe, and then followed him to Venice and disguised herself and just stalked him, taking photos of him, and then putting text next to it, and that was a big piece for her. The last piece I'm going to touch on here is called The Divorce. It's a picture. I'll probably throw it up, so hopefully you can see it here. But it's a picture of Sophie. It's a picture of a gentleman with his penis out peeing, and then there are two feminine hands behind holding on to it and aiming, doing the work. And then I'm gonna read you what Sophie writes about this, because it's a little wacky, but it's also interesting and maybe sweet, perhaps. In my fantasies, I am a man. Greg was quick to notice this. Perhaps that's why he invited me one day to piss for him. It became a ritual. I would come up behind him, blindly undo his pants, take out his penis, and do my best to aim well. Then, after the customary shake, I would nonchalantly put it back and close his fly. Shortly after our separation, I asked Greg for a photo souvenir of this ritual. He accepted. So, in a Brooklyn studio, I had him pee into a plastic bucket in front of the camera. This photograph was an excuse to put my hand on his sex one last time. That evening, I agreed to the divorce. But you can see how it's weird, you know? And then it's nice to have, especially for the divorce, like her write up on it, to kind of get a grasp of what she was thinking and what it kind of means. But it's a weird thing to do. And I kind of wanted to find out, like, is it that weird of a thing to do? So I got my special buddy Trevor, and then I asked him if he wanted to recreate such a photo. So we'll play the clip here. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, I'm curious. This is as much a study as it is.
All right.
A. Do you want to talk first, or should I talk first?
Oh, you go ahead.
So I'm here with my good buddy Trevor. Say hello, Trevor.
Hello.
And today we're drawing some inspiration from Sophie Calle, as I was talking about previously. So we're going to try to take a photograph today. Do you know what photograph we're taking today?
I think I have an idea.
Oh, he might. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get you to stand in front of this bucket.
Alright.
I'm going to come behind you.
Okay.
I'm going to take it out.
Alright.
And then you're going to pee in the bucket.
God damn it.
And we're going to take a photo of it.
That's super artsy. Why? I get it, but like, I also understand, like, in terms of inspiration, the thing is with that it's just like, you gotta do your own thing with stuff. And if you're just remaking something, it's not really what it could be in terms of getting an artistic value out of something.
Maybe we're not looking for artistic value here.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a yes or a no, and either is acceptable.
If you know what, if I had shaven, yes, but I am quite unkempt down there, so I will say no.
Apparently, it is pretty fucking weird to do. So, thanks for this, Trevor. As I thought, I only gave that a 15% chance of him saying yes. But yeah, it's pretty weird. What I find very interesting, and I didn't really connect to Sophie that well at first. It was kind of like, this is very bizarre, which usually would draw me in. So I don't know why I wasn't really clicking. But what I really do like and appreciate is how her mind is constantly thinking about human behavior and just like raw, does not care what other people think, very open, very just very accepting, and just like no such thing as privacy. You know, she wants to get in and claw out every single bit of insecurities or just personal information she can in like super weird ways. But in the end, not a traditional artist for sure, but definitely very cool in her own way. So the sage advice from this art oracle, Sophie Calle. The first one is put on a good show for the surveillance cameras. And I guess that means, you know, this is a world where, especially right now more than ever, like everything you do, someone sees it. Like you are always going to be watched. Privacy is kind of flushed down the drain. So you know what? People are going to see you do the things you do in private or say or feel. So might as well put on a good show and fuck them, you know. If they want to see who you are, show them. Second one is distance makes the heartbreak stronger. I don't really know how to, like, I didn't draw too much from that one. All I can really say perhaps is maybe it's the distance we put between what we love to do and what we do is what makes the heartbreak stronger. So, you know, do the things you want to do. And then the last one is invade neighboring states of privacy. See, I've had a while to think on that, and I can't. It's weird, you know. She loves to claw into other people's privacy, and I don't know what really to draw from that. Maybe no, and anything taking that advice just makes me seem like a bit of a stalker. So I'm just gonna pass on that one. Okay, that's it. That's all. Got through this episode. Super happy about that. Have yourself a great morning, day, and night, and I will see you next week with a new artist. Perhaps. Maybe it'll be 2 weeks. Maybe it just won't happen at all. Have a great day.